My name's Steve Osborne, and I'm on the pastoral staff here at the Evangelical Free Church of Fullerton, and we hosted Randy Phillipson Passage this last fall, and I'd love to be able to tell you just a little bit of the impact that it's had. In fact, in order to do that, let me just sort of do three different lenses, give you three different views of this. The first one is through the lens of being a dad, that as the father of a couple of teenage sons and having a 16-year-old kid, my son and I got the opportunity to participate together. And really it gave us a couple of different things in his frenetic teenage world that were really just, they were great. They were money for us. It gave us a common experience. It gave us a common reference point about manhood, and it gave us a common follow-up tool that Randy's created this mechanism where he and I can actually have something that we can walk through in the common language of manhood through, based upon this common experience. And so being a dad, it was just incredible. It was epic to have my son there with them. With me. The second part of it, or the second lens, if you will, to look at this through is that as of a pastor, and the opportunity to have something, Randy and Gabe come in and do something that is so turnkey that I found myself thinking, wait a second, I don't have to dot the I's and cross the T's. I mean, Randy and Gabe came alongside. They interacted directly with our tech people. They interacted directly with our food service people. They interacted directly with our facilities people. And it freed me up as a pastor to create a team and leverage opportunities to really go to and recruit guys to be a part of this. So that was just huge for me as a pastor. And one fun little story in that pastoral gig was this opportunity for guys to come alongside some guys that didn't have dads. And there was a woman involved in our church. It's a tough situation, and her son was able to come with a trusted mentor, in fact, a guy old enough to be his grandfather. And in this grandfather relationship and the blessing that occurred in that, my secretary was talking with his mom, asked, how's he doing? How's the follow-up going? The mom said, he looks like he swallowed a hanger. He's just been smiling for a week. So great fun to be able to do that, to watch guys go through in the community of their sons and the community of their sons' dads as well. The third lens, if you will, is sort of the men's ministry next generation lens. I get to wear the hat of men's ministry here. I also get to traffic a little bit of that in that next generation world, again having a couple of teenage sons, but also being a professor at Biola, an adjunct professor in biblical studies. And so as I look at this, I realize that the world that these kids are trafficking in and running in is so frenetically paced that they're never off, they're never down. You guys, if you have teenage kids, you've watched this happen. They're doing their homework and they're on their computer. And you say, so you're doing your homework? Well, yeah, and they've got instant messaging, and they've got a MySpace page up, and they're listening to iTunes, and you're thinking, and the homework would be, they're just never off. This created an opportunity for men to be alone and focused with their sons around the topic of manhood. Well, you just can't buy that with silver and gold. In fact, let me just bring it full circle here and talk a little bit about the impact that it had on my sons and my relationship. Here we are, and he's an iTunes guy, and he's a musician, and he's got the MySpace up, et cetera, and his world is never not noisy. But as we get to the place where we're doing the blessing, I completely out of the blue start to choke up in this. And so as I have my hand on my son's shoulder, my son puts his hand on my hand. Well, now of course I'm just sort of done. And so my son grabs me and he hugs me. And ear to ear then, I got to finish the blessing. Now you can't buy that kind of opportunity with silver and gold. It was just absolutely outstanding. It was money. So I'm delighted to be able to recommend with my fullest and highest recommendation, Randy Phillipson, the Passage crew. Thanks.